I was at this event yesterday, and they bring you up to this room, or they bring you up to this common area, and it's almost like this mixer. It's like a mixer vibe. People are in suits. Everybody's business formal. And guys are sharp too. Like, this isn't like just a shirt. Like, everybody had on blazers. Motherfuckers were in double breast blazer suits. I met a guy who had his own tailoring company, so he was kitted out, and the women were in pantsuits, and the women were in, not ball gowns, but they were formal. The women were formal. Everybody had on these like a golden name tags that had their the company on it. I'm not here to badmouth the company, but like, that's what it was. And they're talking to you, and they're so excited because they see your name, and they're like, "Oh, hi!" And they call you by your name, and they're shaking your hand, and they're bringing you to the next person, and the next person. Have you met John? And have you met Daryl? And have you met Susie? And have you met Sally? And there are beautiful women there, and one thing that I do notice is some of these places that they do have a nice eclectic mix of people. Is like, you'll find mostly black people, at least in my area. But if you're living in Miami, or if you're living in in New York, there's mostly black people too. When I was in Brooklyn, but depending if you're in Los Angeles, if you're in Miami, maybe if you're like in Austin, Texas or something, it might be like a bit more of a mix, I guess. But in my environment, there was Filipino and Vietnamese and black women, and there was no white women. There was white guys who were the speakers, which we can talk about that later, of course. Yeah, you can have the white guy who was the face of these things, but no, there was mostly black people. And actually, the head wasn't a white guy. The head of that whole of this company's, I guess, whatever it's called, whenever you have multiple locations. He had 25 locations, so I guess the head director was the Vietnamese guy. So he, an older gentleman, really sharp, will dress sharp, and I spoke to him. But I was speaking about opportunities. So I met a guy 2 weeks ago at a real estate seminar, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you have a good energy, and you have a good vibe, and I think we share some parallels." He didn't use those words. Those are normally the words I would use: parallels, alignment, congruence, synthesis, synchronicity, things of that nature. So he felt like we had some parallels. So he was like, "Oh man, come out and come to my group. I have some opportunities for you. Maybe you can check it out, see if you like it." Now, here's the key: he won't be there. Homie was like, "Ah, man, I got to do my own whoop de whoop thing, and I'll be out of town. But come as my guest." And I told him that you're coming, and they're expecting you, and just make sure you dress formally and have a notepad to take some notes. It's gonna be some good energy, and it's gonna be a good vibe, and meet this guy and his wife, because they help me, and that's who I work with, and that's my mentor. And having mentors are important, and I am an advocate for this. I am a proponent of this. Yes, having mentors are very important. But I talk about the spirit of discernment, and I've prayed on that. A part of my political process, we talk about processes, or systems that are in place to align you with your goals, or to get you to where you want to be in life, aka your dreams, and contextualizing your dreams. So the way I contextualize mine is by setting up a system of sequence, a system of synthesis, or a system of synchronicity. So I do that by triangulating the mind, body, and soul. So for me, I wake up, and I meditate. The first thing I do in the morning. Then I get on my face. I put my face to the floor, and I humble myself as much as I can, and I pray. And then whilst I pray, I ask God for certain things. I ask God to use me as a vessel. I ask God to transform my life. I ask God to use me in any way that he sees fit. I ask God actually to use me as an instrument. Okay, and then I might ask for specific things. Lord, I'm not looking for riches. I'm not looking for wealth because, hey, I'm using my 24/7. I'm using the breath that God gave me to achieve that. I'm gonna get the wealth regardless. I'm gonna get the rich. Well, not regardless. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna get it through God. But I'm gonna get that because God gave me the spirit to get after that. To go after these opportunities. But I ask God not for the wealth, not for the riches. I don't ask God for materialistic things. I never ask God for a car. I don't ask God for a house. I pray for real estate, but I talk about the investment aspect. I ask God for the knowledge. I ask God for the education. I ask God for the capacity to retain and to implement what I've learned. Knowledge applied is power. They said knowledge is power. No. Knowledge applied is power. Well, how do you apply it? By getting after that motherfucker. Do you hear me? So I prayed for wisdom. Okay? One of my favorite books of the Bible is Proverbs, and it teaches you about wisdom. But within wisdom, you're learning about discernment. Okay? You learn about discernment and then having the spirit of discernment. And discernment is another word or another way to say, I can ascertain, or I can I can use my perceptive abilities to follow patterns, to see that there's a pattern recognition, to look at trends, to look at behavioral cues, to look at nuances in the way they speak, inflections of voice, the way people hold themselves as far as their physical stature, the way people look at you in the eyes, the way the room and the energy shifts. All of these constituents or elements come into play whenever you talk about discernment, because discernment is another word for say, something is not right. Or something is right. When you have a spirit of discernment, you're saying, oh, this person has something. Oh, no. This person is special. Oh, no. This place is where I need to be. Oh, I got it. This is where I should be because everything is clicking right now. Everything is clicking right now. But with that discernment, then you can also say, something's a bit uneasy. Not because I feel it, but it's because of what I mentioned before. Things aren't in alignment. Things aren't parallel. Things aren't in congruence. There's no system of synthesis. There's not a system of synchronicity. Things aren't in sync here. Okay? And if you know that it's not in sync, then you can start to pinpoint, where are the flaws? Where are the inconsistencies? All right? Where are the flaws in here? Where are the holes in your arguments? Where are the holes? And I can tell you, whenever you have these groups, when you have these people that say they talk to you about an opportunity, and we know what poor is. What is poor? Poor is not financial. Poor is not because I have lint in my pocket, or poor isn't like me right now. You don't even have on pants, so you must be poor. Like, no, poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Well, somebody might say I have an opportunity for you. If you don't have the spirit of discernment, you might say, oh, opportunity, I'll take it. You have an opportunity, I'll take it. She has an opportunity, I'll take it. Is every opportunity a good opportunity? Okay, so in this event, people were talking about what they wanted to do and how they can make so much money, and how, if you get on board with selling life insurance, your life will be changed for the better because you will know how to manage money, and you'll know about the finances. One lady at the YMCA when I was working there, she asked me, she said, I know you work in health and wellness. I know you're here because I was not necessarily just a trainer, but I was the person in the gym who helped people. I guess, yeah, somewhat of a trainer. I help people with their, get on a program. I help put people on a program. I actually literally put people on physical programs and have them stick to it, and they will come and talk to me about it. So the lady was like, I can see that you help people who are sick as far as the health, as far as their organism, as far as their biology, as far as their physiology. I know you help people like that. But what about people who are financially sick? I like that. I said, okay, whatever. Yeah. I hear what you're going. She said, what about people who are financially sick? Do you help people who are sick financially? People who are maybe poor? She said, come to my meeting. I have a group of people who can help you if you are sick financially. Come. She didn't even say that. She's like, no, I can help. Be like, come. Here's my card, and we meet at this time, and blah blah blah. And you go to these mixers, and there's everybody talking to you, shaking your hand, and they tell you what they do and how life insurance will change your life. And here is the fact that I'm going to bring it back to discernment, all right? I'm going to bring this all together. You know some shit is fucked up when you are selling it. How many commercials have you seen on the television that promote gold? How many commercials have you seen on the television that promote silver? How many commercials have you seen on the television or on your YouTube or whatever that say buy real estate, buy property? How many commercials have you seen that shows beautiful, stunning supermodel women standing there saying, hey guys, take me. Here's the number. Call me. Here I am, stunning, gorgeous, lovable, beautiful, something that you've never seen before, something that you can't get. But here I am. Take me. Call me. Here's my email. I'm free. I'm open. You seen that before? You won't see that, because if it's a good real estate deal, it's not going to be on the market for long, because somebody's after that motherfucker. Because there's people who wake up and go to sleep and live and breathe shopping fucking real estate. That's what they do. If they shop real estate when there is a good property, when there is a good deal, they are on it. The reason why you never see the super hot supermodels, super hot girls walking down the street or walking around places or just hanging out is because they're off the market. They're off the market. They're not positioning themselves, and they're not placing themselves in any form or fashion in a way where they feel like any other regular motherfucker can come and get this, because it's not the truth. And they won't push that envelope. They won't give you that narrative. Like, no, like if she's a good deal, she's off the market, bro. If she's a really good deal, she has a few, I mean more than a few candidates to get her off the fucking market, to get her out of there, to put a ring on it, to buy her a house, to take care of her, to do whatever the fuck they can to get her, as far as, not that, but get her in as far as in their possession. She doesn't have to sell herself, right? Because she knows she's of value. With these marketing schemes, with these multi-level marketing schemes, by that whole business model that people have to go to you and repeatedly find people in the streets, find people in the mall, find people from the YMCA, from the gym, find people when they are looking for people and they're telling you, like, do you know anybody who can benefit from this? And we need referrals, and look through your phone book and talk to your friends and talk to your families and get them to call us, and here's my card, and when can we meet you again, and let me see you tomorrow. What they're telling you is they're not of value, because I'm looking for you. I'm chasing you. I'm selling to you. If I had it, motherfucker, you're coming to me. If I'm working around with a group of millionaires, people are knocking on my door. If my business is churning out millionaires, people are knocking on my door. If my team is the number one team in the league and I'm winning championships, then people are calling my phone saying, hey, how can we be a part of your organization? Because we want to be a fucking winner. The Patriots aren't just going to the local YMCA saying, hey guys, do you want to play football? Do you want to play football? You want to play on our team? The Lakers, well, the Lakers aren't winning, but like whoever the championship team isn't going to the local outdoor court saying, hey guys, do you want to play for the Golden State Warriors? Because we're hosting a tryout. Motherfucker, you can't come to the tryouts because there is no tryout, because they're already of value. They don't need you. They don't need you. So have that spirit of discernment to know when people come to you about opportunities, 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, if it's a true opportunity, they won't tell you about it. If it's a real opportunity, if somebody had like gold in their backyard, they're not telling people about it, and they're not marketing it to the everyday fucking consumer about how they have gold in their backyard. Nah, they just took that gold and they made out, and the next time you hear from them, they're chilling in a villa with, local women from, I don't know, the Maldives or the Bahamas, rubbing them down in sponges with a fucking private chef And then they're going to talk to you from their phone years later and say, oh man, let me put you on about how I made all that money from my backyard. But they're not pounding the pavement trying to get me and my friends and my family to join how we make so much money, because if you did, you wouldn't be here, you lying ass motherfucker. Goon.